I haven't played this game in 5 years. When I started this channel, it was many things. A way to escape my reality, a way to build a potential future for myself, a way to make myself known on the largest stage man has ever conceived. The internet. It was exciting, it was new, it was something I saw people before me doing, and doing things I thought were cool, or interesting, or innovative. And I wanted to see if I could do so for myself. For Honor as a game was not something on my radar. In fact, the only reason I ever even touched it was due to being friends with a group of niggas I literally don't talk to anymore. Otherwise, I would have never played it. I had done YouTube for over a year prior to that, but it was just a couple Destiny videos that generated a small audience. Aside from that, nothing at all. And then when I interacted with For Honor, seemingly overnight, I was injected into this sort of mainstream with the amount of people watching my content at the time. It was new to me, and being 18 around the time For Honor dropped, I was extremely inexperienced with success of that magnitude, let alone life itself. So despite me having an era of upward growth, it culminated to moments, but those moments merely existed in a void. In reality, I barely, in my opinion at least, managed to achieve much at all. There's a lot I don't talk about, a lot that's happened to me behind the scenes in which I've suffered a lot of really heavy blows. In fact, I was homeless for some of my videos. In 2023, I was homeless for 4 months when I dropped that noodle video. And I spent all of 2024 being a caretaker to my grandfather after he suffered a heart attack. And those two moments aren't even the scariest or most disruptive moments. And those two moments happened months apart from one another. I've had guns pointed to my face by family members, sickness kill people I thought I had more time with, tragedy kill others I thought I had more time with, losing my childhood home after a kitchen fire. I mean, if I can keep it a buck, I don't even have parents, and I haven't had parents this entire time. I've done YouTube by myself, which is why I struggled with everything to begin with. I had to figure out all this on my own. And my only through line, the only thing that maintained itself while everything else was constantly shifting and turning in my life, was YouTube. YouTube was literally all the stability I had, and even then I couldn't be consistent on YouTube due to the radical amount of instability in my own personal life. I tried to make videos about it from time to time, but I felt like I was talking too much about my personal life in those videos. And I didn't want to have that kind of relationship with my audience to keep it honest, so I privated them over the years. I can open up and talk about everything that's happened to me, the axioms of development I've achieved, the philosophies I've adopted, the ways in which I've changed, but I genuinely don't think my story is even that remarkable. I just think people who suffer like I've suffered very rarely have the opportunity to speak on it, as most people who suffer like I've suffered very rarely are in the material position to change something about it. Despite all I've been through in my own life, I do still consider myself very lucky. The people I've met, the lessons I've learned, the person I've become, and the grace I've been given to find ground to walk on again in the form of charity from others. I've had friends help me pay bills. I've had people buy me games to cover on my channel. Hell, when my channel got terminated a couple weeks ago through AI moderation, I had so many people come out the woodworks to help me and brigade several fucking social media platforms to get somebody to look at my case and get my channel back. You know, thank you to Justin, thank you to Tom, thank you to Gamebreaker God, thank you to many people from the Discord who took time out of their day to help me. Thank you to Krekoff. Yeah, that Krekoff, the one you're thinking about, the one Drake reposted, yes. Even still, despite all that and despite everything that's happened, fast forward to 2025, and I'm broke as shit. And I'm not popular, but I somehow managed to find some really quality people who happen to fuck with what I have made. So I feel like I still came out of this with more than what most people could wish for or hope for. But this channel is toast, bruh. It's toast, it's done for, okay? I've been falsely flagged. I've been terminated due to auto moderation. Fuck, that was hell. That in of itself is a story, but I don't want to talk about it. Not unless I have to. My content, when it wasn't contentious talking points on For Honor, became contentious talking points on gaming abroad to contentious talking points across the internet, which attracted an audience from so many different sources. And when you combine that with the large gaps of time between my uploads due to the instability in my life, I've kind of fucked this channel out of a fair shot at upward momentum. I could possibly pop out a bunch of videos that could possibly carry me forward and get attention to my name, but from what I've researched, there's actually not as guaranteed on a channel as old as mine, considering the backlog of videos I have and how they algorithmically affect my placement. So I genuinely want to try and experiment, and I want everybody who's gonna even watch this video to hear me out. What if I just do that on my second channel? ArchWizard CJ already has 1,000 subscribers. It has none of these potential algorithmic issues. I'm not pigeonholed to any identity on there, and I wouldn't be starting from scratch, but just continuing where I left off here. I feel like I could be a very successful YouTuber, let alone an artist. And I feel like the biggest component I've been missing aside from the nature of my videos is a consistency in my upload. Right now, I got some stability in my life. It's brief. It's brief. This is the first time things have been relatively stable in years. So it's like, fuck it. I really want this YouTube dream. I've always wanted to be a big YouTuber. I've always wanted to tell stories on the main stage. I've always wanted an opportunity to fully pursue my career as an artist. So since I have that window right now, let me try. Fuck. But like, I feel like if you guys gave me a chance, I could show you some genuinely awesome and interesting stuff. Better than anything you've seen from me before, at least, you know? I would hope I could show you that. I don't want to waste too much time. I'd rather put that energy into another video entirely. So, obviously I'm not about to whip out a Mona Lisa, but at the very least I can prove I'm a consistent and worthwhile YouTuber, you know? So if you haven't already subscribed to ArchWizard CJ, let us continue there. I will be uploading there very, very soon. I have no intent to stop YouTube or doing YouTube now. In fact, I really want to give myself 10 or 20 videos on another channel before I conclude anything on either channel. Regardless, I do want that dream of being a storyteller and an artist, so I will figure out a way to achieve it. But if there's a chance we can create a direct path to it on YouTube with this next cycle of videos, I'd like to give it an honest try and see where it goes. Thank you to everyone who's gotten me this far. Thank you to everyone continuing with me still. But if we're gonna take things to the next level, it's time to get serious. So let's start. I'm not wasting any more time. Subscribe to ArchWizard CJ, please. I'm not trying to like leave. Please subscribe to ArchWizard CJ, please. I'm genuinely trying to upload there. I'm trying to get an algorithmic push. Please subscribe to ArchWizard CJ, please. If you fuck with my videos, subscribe to ArchWizard CJ. I don't care if I'm being fucking annoying. Subscribe to ArchWizard CJ. I'm serious. Like, I'm really trying to upload there. Please. Love you. Love you. Thank you. Thank you.